back and forth.
What is up, everybody? Mr. Slipcover Bullet Blake here. Welcome back to another episode of Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. This week, we are doing franchise fails. These are two movies that are notoriously bad compared to the other, well, I don't know, at least the first one in the franchise. But let me introduce the crew, starting with Master Chaos.
Ohio, everybody! I am very excited to talk about these movies. Of course, I've got my sake ready to go, and I've got my hot takes as always. How are you, Bullet Blake?
I'm good, actually. So I had a nap a little while ago. Felt pretty great to sleep in the middle of the day.
Nice. It's nice to not have kids, huh?
Oh, yeah, you know. All right, next we got Mel from My Killer Podcast.
What's up? Ohio! Or whatever.
you can't steal my shit.
I'm stealing it. I'm all over it.
Make your own thing. Make your own thing.
No,
Like,
yours was too good.
What's crapping, dudes? Something like that. You can take that one.
Oh,
That is my line. Okay. What's cracking, dudes?
we got Mr. Tony of the Dead in.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going, man?
I'm under the weather, just so everybody knows. I know you guys know, but the chat.
He's not actually AI. He's a human being.
He's not
Just
AI.
No.
And yeah, we were supposed to have Professor here. He's got some internet issues, so he might jump in. He might not. He might be in the chat. Just
He's in the chat. I see
See
him.
how that joke is
Is he in
funny.
the
He's
chat?
not dead.
right on. There he is. All right. Yep. So yeah, franchise fails, guys. Did you enjoy watching the movies?
Actually, yes. I'm gonna be. I might be in the minority here, but one of these does not belong anywhere near Voyage. But I'm sure we'll get to it.
One of them. Why not both of them?
Well,
Okay.
one of them.
One of them is definitely more worthy of a bottom of the barrel label and distinction than the other one. But
Correct.
yeah, I get what you're saying. I hadn't watched them in a long time. I just remembered not liking them. So now that I revisited them, I was like, those really weren't as well. I think it's just because of the movies we've been watching, to be honest. I think our bottom of the barrel bullshit has like made me appreciate the bigger budgets just because it's a bigger budget almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Completely
shit.
agree.
But which one did you guys all watch first?
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So did I. I watched that one first. I just expected that one to be the worst title.
Yep.
I was more excited about that one. That's why I watched it first. I had to slog through the other one.
Are you not a Western fan?
It's not that I'm not a Western fan. I don't know. I just was not excited about that movie. Like, there's nobody in it I gave a shit about.
Wow. Okay.
Did you ever see the second one?
Yeah.
I
There's
just
at
watched
one
that
point I
recently.
watched all of them, and then I blew through the TV show, which was also
Oh.
terrible.
I only watched like the first season of the TV show. Didn't they have like 3 or 4?
I think there's only 3. I thought that they left it unfinished, but I was corrected last night. Apparently, they did finish it in season 3.
Oh.
I
So
can't
are
get
we
into it.
starting? Are we starting there with Hangman's Daughter?
Should we start with Hangman's Daughter? I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
fine
do
with
it.
that.
Sure.
Let's just get that one out of the way because I know that's the one MC hated more. So we'll just let MC start.
Okay, hold on. Hold on here. Let me get my notes here. Okay. Honestly, I don't care what anyone says. This movie's a fucking masterpiece. I was blown away. Now, look, we've been watching shit like people yelling at toilets and other stuff. So to me, bottom of the barrel means a very specific thing. This movie does not belong on bottom of the barrel. It's incredibly well made, incredibly well shot. For a low budget movie, I mean, obviously it does not have the budget of the first one, maybe not even the second one. I don't even remember the second one that well. It delivers the fucking goods. The one thing I didn't remember was the whole snake thing that they're snake vampires. I'm like, what's happening here? Hold on, are they trying to do like a Tremors thing where they're adding stuff to the creatures? But apparently that's the backstory, that they are a brand of vampire called culebras, and so I guess fine, that's cool. Man, I was that opening sequence with the hanging and him being rescued. I mean, I love spaghetti westerns, and they made a spaghetti western. I mean, down to every and I pay attention to all these little details, like the costumes. Sometimes you see a low budget western movie and everything looks new and fucking like just came off the rack. Like, nah, that wouldn't happen. Everything here was dusty and creased and used, and everything looked authentic. That's the one thing that really bugs me when it comes to westerns, when shit does not look authentic. And this movie delivered that authenticity. I love the setup. The one thing I didn't like, the whole thing about having Ambrose Bierce, the author, get involved. I don't know why they needed to do that. Putting a real, like, actual person in the story, but not have it really pay off in any way. That was odd. That was an odd choice. But overall, I thought it was phenomenal. A phenomenal movie. Probably the best thing we've watched on Voyage. Which probably isn't saying much, but I think it's probably gonna get my highest rating of all time. Let me look at my notes real quick. Is there anything? So yeah, it does take about an hour for us to get to the vampire stuff, but I think that's in keeping with the brand. From Dusk Till Dawn. It's basically you're getting 2 movies for the price of 1. So I didn't mind that. Once we get the vampire stuff, it's great. There's nudity, there's blood, there's guts, there's things getting ripped off, there's snake heads coming out. I mean, it's fucking insane, but it's it delivers the goods. You're never, I mean, at least I was never bored, and never turned off by it in any way. Of course, I like this kind of movie, the Western and Sacrilege, and I haven't seen the first one in a long time, but I think I like this one better, only because
What the?
Better than what?
Wait,
better than what?
Better than the original. And I'll wait. Hold on. I know it's Sacrilege, but let me explain why.
Bullet, kick his ass out.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because this movie doesn't feel as jarring a transition from one story to the next. In the original, okay, it's whatever, bank robbers, criminals are running with that. All of a sudden, fucking vampires. What the shit? Here, it's organically baked into what we've already seen. The story with the Hangman's Daughter, she plays into she's a big part of what happens in the finale. To me, it all feels like it all connects. It doesn't feel like 2 movies smashed together, and I like that. I appreciate that. I feel like they benefited from knowing what the franchise was, benefiting from what the setup was, and it worked. It worked for me, and I gotta say, yes, it doesn't have George Clooney and Tarantino and all that stuff, but
Julia Lewis?
man.
Or
Julia Lewis saying that thing about her Private Parts, which was
thing.
which was like, oh, okay, ma'am. But I don't know, it worked for me on a complete genre level. I think it 100% works. So those are my opening thoughts. I really like the shit out of this.
Okay.
Well, all right then. You got some blasphemy over there.
I know. I don't want to follow that.
Go ahead, Mel. What did you like it?
Oh my god. No, of course I didn't like it. This was the worst in the franchise. It was terrible. It did have Danny Trejo in it, or Trejo, and I actually really like him. Trejo. Yeah, I actually really like him. I watch a lot of his movies. Was Bryan Cranston? He was the one in this, right? Because I just he wasn't.
Michael Parks. That's
Michael Parks.
That's what it said, but man, those two look so similar. It is insane. Anyway, I like him too, Michael Parks. He did a really good job. So those were the two that I appreciated out of this movie. But to me, it was almost like an exact replica of the first one. You have like the bad guy that you're supposed to like, you know, he's supposed to end up being like the hero in the end, only they did it really terribly because you just end up hating him through the whole movie. He's not the George Clooney, because you end up like loving George Clooney in the first one. Like they did a really good job building his character from bad guy to hero, whereas in this one the bad guy never makes it to hero. He just
That's cool.
Sucks.
It's a Western. Like when he hangs that girl and he leaves her, like this fucking badass, man.
That's terrible.
She was spaghetti Western.
She was super annoying, but that still was terrible. I don't know. Then they get to the bar or whatever you want to call it at the end, and it's like all the same, but they just change little things. They're like, okay, instead of having a really hot woman dance around with a snake, we'll just make a woman a snake. And then that will be the difference that makes it, you know? It's like it's like almost a replica of the first one. They just changed stuff and made it stupid. And then the special effects were terrible. I don't know. I didn't like it. It was dumb.
They do that frequently with franchises. You see, they try to recreate what happened in the last one.
Because they don't have an original idea.
I mean, original idea, they fucking turn into snakes. That's pretty
goddamn
but
original. At least Die Hard was executed very well, as to where at least the first 3 installments of that movie franchise are excellent. These are terrible. Absolutely terrible. But I'll give you that. The costuming was great. It did look dirty and gritty the way it probably should have looked. I'll give you all that nonsense.
And it's a prequel. Okay. That's something that somebody brought up in the chat. It's a prequel, so we do get the backstory of
how the titty twister came to be and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So take that, Mel.
Yeah.
Just because it's a prequel doesn't mean they need to tell the same story over again. They can tell a different story.
Episode 1.
Why didn't they show how vampires came there and then built that place and then whatever? Like, why did they could have done it differently? They could have made it a different kind of prequel.
I like this prequel a lot more than Pearl, and that was totally different than the first one.
Yes, I agree.
So I'd rather keep it at least semi the same than just completely go with a totally different feel and vibe and almost genre for a prequel. Than I'll let Tony go first. Go ahead, Tony.
You guys are insane.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think it's better than the second one. The second one I liked, but watching this, I think this one's a lot better. Like, the George Clooney wannabe, I didn't like him. He's a dick. But I didn't feel bad when he hung the girl. I mean, a smidge. Maybe a little bit I felt bad for her, but then it's like, she's so fucking annoying. Why'd you do that? She had the wrong idea of me. I think she got it right.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah.
Cal, rewatch the movie. It's the exact same.
That's still done too. I don't understand how, and this is just, how is Danny Trejo alive in part 2? It's like
technically,
right
it's a
after.
different character.
Mhm. Just
Technically,
does the same shit. Just
Yeah.
works at the titty twister. But yeah, I like how at the end they show the back of the titty twister, and it's like stage coaches and shit like that. I think that's
The
neat because
Mayan temple.
yeah, that's pretty
that's
neat.
fucking cool.
Yeah. The snake didn't bother me because I mean, look what happened to Tom Savini in the first one. They ripped his head off, and then like out came like a big rat thing. So like I
Yeah.
already knew going into this, it was like all kind of weird, but like
But it was
that doesn't
practical
bother me.
effects. That's why it was awesome.
It's true too. Yeah, like and then the stagecoach guys were like, he's my eyes, I'm his voice or whatever, and he got shot in the back of the head and it's like exploded. I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that. That was cool.
That was a
Badass.
great scene, actually. And
Yeah.
it's like it's great.
Yeah. And he's like,
Is this not bottom of the barrel? Aren't we supposed to hate these movies?
No,
Come
that's
on,
what I'm
guys.
saying. It
we're
doesn't
supposed
belong.
to. We're supposed to.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all whack. Yeah, I
Bring your street
like
talk
it.
here.
But I thought I like prequels as well. I like that it's the West and it's like we're gonna see how everything kind of started in that, and then the whole twist at the end with the Hangman's daughter and that. It was pretty. I don't know. I like too how what's his name? The guy she thought was Bryan Cranston.
Michael Parks.
Michael Parks. I like how like every time like Michael Parks just sitting there drinking and drunk, and then they have no idea what's going on. Like these are vampires, and Danny Trejo just keeps looking at him like what the fuck? And he's like, it's like they have like a mutual connection there. I feel like Danny Trejo would have said to him like, "Do you want me to turn you into a vampire? Like I'll give you the choice." I feel like he would have been the only one in that bar to be like, "Let's give this guy a choice." I don't know, but like I enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to see it.
Good.
The end.
What the fuck is that?
My back scratcher.
The back scratcher, man. He's
Oh,
got an itchy
you
back,
just
right?
extended that.
Does it literally like pull out?
Yeah.
You listen here.
Scratch your nuts or your back. It's great.
It reaches everywhere.
Yikes. Yeah, scratch your nuts with that.
It reaches everywhere.
Hey!
There he is.
Oh.
Hey,
Got
you
a
pull out
bit
trying
of
to
a
get on,
computer
right?
snafu today. Sorry.
You're just in time.
Well,
Just
we're glad
in
you're here.
time.
Yeah, you're next.
Oh,
You're up.
I'm glad I was wrong.
okay. So yeah, I had a driver issue with my network card, so that's what happened.
Mm.
So what are we talking about now? Where are we at?
Hangman.
Hangman's Daughter from Dusk Till Dawn 3.
Honestly, I didn't hate it. Is it my turn? Is it really my turn?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Just
Everybody
came
else
out.
loved it too, especially Mel. She really loved it.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite.
That-
She-
No, it's great taste.
Honestly,
You don't put my taste into question.
I'm not.
here.
I'm not. I'm
Those are
not.
from Dusk Till Dawn 3.
Yeah, that was
honestly,
a little fucked up.
I didn't hate this one as much as I did the first time I watched it. I
That's
think the fact that this is a second time watch actually sort of softened the blow for me. I don't think it's as good as the other two because I really do like the second from Dusk Till Dawn because I think Bullet and I just watched that one like a month and a half ago or something together.
Yeah, after I announced these, I think we watched them that weekend.
Yeah,
That's
but,
probably when I watched it too.
it's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's in a section of movie that's just bleh. It exists. That's all there is.
Mhm.
It
Like most
exists.
prequels, it's completely unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I just
100%.
there's no real reason for it to exist, but I guess it does, and so we have to deal with it. I just don't hate it. I don't have. It's just I like Wicked Prayer. Oh, I got some stuff about Wicked Prayer, but this one,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I
on
just-
an island about that one too, aren't I?
Oh my God! Yes.
No.
but this one is just, I don't care. But yeah, that's all I got for this one.
So basically, you're saying you liked it, but you don't care. Is that sort of the?
It's not. I just didn't dislike it, and I didn't like it. It's just
It was like
didn't hate it.
entertaining enough, but you're not gonna go out and watch it on purpose
I think
again.
it's just because it's the second time I watched it, and I was like, oh, I already know how bad this is going to be. It's not as bad as I remember, but it's still not good.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Orlando Jones. I was excited to see him because I really like him. But I feel like they should have kept him more human for longer. I think he could have, since they were kind of going with the whole group of people that are, like in the first one.
It was hot.
They should have kept him as the comic relief kind of guy,
Yeah, that would have been good.
He
They
does
did
really
him a
well
little
comic
dirty
relief,
too.
Yeah.
In the
They
Replacements,
gave him
he
the
did
weird
fantastic.
nose thing.
God, I love the Replacements.
And also, how does he just turned? How does he know everything?
Yeah, that was weird.
It's just is it just you get in this knowledge in you when you turn?
Well, I mean, in the second one, it seemed, every time somebody turns in the previous movies, they always seem to know exactly what they can do immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, even Tarantino's character in the first one, when he turned, he was all like, I know what's going on.
Right.
He looked like a big Frankenstein vampire.
He did.
He was horrifying.
The horrifying was when Salma Hayek ruined me for life in her transformation scene in the first one. That was horrifying.
I don't care.
I think they went with a weird version of vampires. If they were having Salma Hayek, you might as well make her like the sexiest vampire alive instead of making her this weird fucking creature looking from the Black Lagoon motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
Whenever I watch that part, my face is exactly like Quentin Tarantino's, and it just just wow. And I like watching George Clooney in the first one too, because he's her ass is right in his face. He's looking around at people do you see this? I notice little shit like that. And also Quentin Tarantino, he's a foot fetish, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got Hayek's foot in his mouth.
Oh yeah, sure they did a couple takes of that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did 30 takes of that.
Juliette Lewis too, wasn't he sucking on her toes earlier in the movie?
He didn't suck on it. He was checking her out real good.
I think he was going to suck on them, and then she woke up or something.
She he imagined her saying that.
But I mean, that movie's also not the movie we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah,
it's the better one. It's the one we're talking about.
This is bottom of the barrel, Mel, like you said earlier.
This is true. This is very true. Well, it's supposed to be bottom of the barrel, and everyone's talking about this movie like it's some glorious thing.
Compared to the other stuff at bottom of the barrel, it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely the worst in the franchise.
Don't worry.
I agree. It's the worst in the franchise for me, too. But
do you think the second one is the worst, MC?
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a while, but I
thought the second one held the cheesiness of the first one a lot better than this.
A lot better, yeah. That's it has the corniness with the characters and the really bad one-liners that just I don't know fits for me. But yeah, is that all, Professor? You good with that?
Yeah, that's it.
Wait till bad one-liners. Wait till we talk about The Crow.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother story. But as far as me, I went into it expecting to really hate it because I used to talk shit about this movie a lot, a lot, and it just wasn't bad. I was like, man, it's actually pretty good. It's got everything about it's actually good. It's not the greatest story in the world, but compared to the shit we usually watch on this, it was nice. It was I'm not dying here trying to watch this garbage ass toilet talk to a person for 5 hours. It was a satisfying reprieve from that. But and I'm a big spaghetti western fan, and it does go more the spaghetti western style than American western, which I really dug that. So I didn't hate this movie at all. Was it better than The Crow? I mean, we can talk about that later, but I still think it's worth Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel. If you think about it comparatively, well, maybe not to Master Chaos, because for some reason he thinks this is better than the first one, which is just straight blasphemy. Just straight fucking crazy talk. But I still think it's not a movie anyone's gonna fondly remember or think, man, I really want to watch that movie over and over and over again. Like I've seen From Dusk Till Dawn 1 probably 50 times. Like I love that movie. But this one, I think this rewatch that I just did is probably the last time I'll ever watch it again. So that's where I am with that. But
Master Chaos is gonna watch it again after the stream.
he's just got it on a continuous loop.
Yeah,
He's watching it right
I'm
now.
watching it right now.
He probably wasn't saving Japan while he was fucking watching this movie.
By the way, I just finished Saving Japan. It's one of the best fucking games ever made. I highly recommend Ghost of Tsushima. Fucking phenomenal. And
I love that game. I've
some
played
hot
it through
words.
like 2 or 3 times so far.
Oh, so good. Damn. Amazing. And I don't like long games. It took me fucking 45 hours to complete the story. But I did all the side quests because I didn't want to leave that world. Anyway, I'm sorry. We're off topic, but good game.
All right. Well,
Final.
yeah, let's go with our final thoughts and barrels. Go back around the same way.
Same order. Okay, so I wrote a list of specifically the things that I really enjoyed. Vampire's testicles being kicked out. That's fantastic. Come on, man.
Oh, that's right.
The guy had like knife shoes and he kicks the nuts out. The guy and the vampire goes, "Oh!"
Forgot about that.
Fucking great, man. I like that. They're having fun with it. Boba Fett stabbing the shit out of vampires. I love the nod to other movies like Taxi Driver and Danny Trejo saying we don't need no stinking brushes. I love that shit. That's awesome, man. Like that these guys are having fun. They're having fun making this movie. This isn't just a fucking by rote. Oh, we gotta do a vampire fucking movie. Like people want to do this. It really jumped off the screen for me. For me, the entire Hangman opening sequence was fantastically directed. It's a great opening sequence. Michael Parks is incredible in this. And for what is probably modestly budgeted movie comparatively to what we watched on the show, the blood and guts were phenomenal. They delivered. I love this movie very much. To me, this is the best. Now, I'm rating this in terms of pure enjoyment. That's how I rate anything. 5 stars. I'm going to give this one. Oh, sorry, 5 barrels.
This is not better than Covenant.
Take this.
No, I don't think it's better than Covenant. No, or Convent.
Convent. Whatever it was.
I like this better than Convent. I'm going to go 5 barrels on this one.
We're going to tell Mike.
Tell him. I mean, he knows I have issues with the movie, but anyway, yeah. 5 barrels. Yeah, write it down, Mel. And I'm not taking it back like I did with Incredible Bulk, whatever the shit that was called.
Unless you find out they were making a serious movie.
Well, I took it back because it was with a caveat. This has no caveats. I think it's a great movie compared to the shit that we've seen. This is like fucking Oscar worthy compared to Death Toilet and Korean from Seoul. And John Smith likes big butts, so there you go. That's where I lay.
Right,
that's right, Jim. Suck it.
Right, Holland.
Is that the first 5 barrel movie we've ever had? Like, is that
Crazy.
the first time it's ever been 5 barrels?
It might be.
I don't have my computer. I'm writing down on paper tonight.
Okay,
so
let us know later, please.
Okay.
You are the official minutes keeper of the show.
Oh, goody. Change your 5 to a 2.
I'll remember. I'll never forget. Masterpiece. 4K, bring it, bro. I want this. Let's go.
This is terrible.
If they released it on 4K in a nice little slip, I'd buy the shit out of it just because I'd buy all of them.
I'd
if they
have to
released
keep
a
the
box
collection
set, I
complete.
would buy it.
Yeah, if it had a box set, like a really nice box set. I had the old box set, the DVD one. I bet you I still do, to be honest.
Yeah,
It reminded me of the good old like Dimension days. It just had that vibe to it. Which is the opposite of The Crow, actually. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I'm done. Moving on.
Yeah, you see Dimension come up and it was like exciting. Like, oh, this is probably gonna
Straight
be
up, yeah. When that logo comes, the blue logo, when that comes across, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give it 2 because it sucked. It rightfully sucked. You guys are crazy. It was super boring in the beginning. It took forever to get started. And when it got started, it was like, man, I wish it was back to the beginning again because it was terrible.
Wow.
So
So you could watch it again? So it was back to the beginning, so you could start from the beginning and rewatch it again? Is that...
Yep, exactly. No,
Is that what you
it
meant?
was just, it was terrible. I hated every minute of it.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
I just didn't like it. I can't even formulate like proper sentences to speak how terrible this movie was because it ruined me tonight, I think. Thanks a lot.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till next time.
Oh no.
I'm worried about that, Tony.
Oh.
I'm not being nice this time.
Hell yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so
My rating?
You're up.
I would say probably it's in the about 3. I'd say I liked it, but it's not like a 5, but it's not like my 3 is, Mel said 2, it says it sucks, and me 3 is just because I enjoyed it. I didn't want to put it right back in again and watch it, but yeah, I thought for a third in the series, I thought it was pretty good. So yeah, I'd say 3.
That's fair.
This came all the way from England. One of my
it's on
viewers.
here too.
One of
It's
my
traveled
viewers
far
sent
and
it to me.
wide.
Yes.
It's seen shit, man. It's seen some shit.
It's scratch some shit you don't want to even know about.
You weren't there.
It's scratched off some shit. I mean, it's seen some shit.
So 3.
That's horrifying.
All right.
You're just
Professor-
picturing my ass. That's all.
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I guess there's probably a good argument to be made that this movie shouldn't be on this show, because there are some parts of it that are okay. I feel like mostly it's because there does seem to be an actual budget for this movie instead of $25 2 guys in a bathroom.
And westerns aren't cheap.
No.
Yeah, because you got to do all period stuff, so you got to make sure and try and keep everything in period, unless every once in a while you see somebody in tennis shoes, because that happens. But 2.5, I guess, mostly because I don't care.
Wow.
That's fair.
Wait,
Wow.
what
Doesn't care.
was your rating?
Mine or his?
No, Professor's. Yours
2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
Okay. I like this movie so much more than I thought I did. Like, honestly, I really don't want to give it. If we're looking at my actual Letterboxd, it is rated at a 3, but I don't go by that for Voyage, so it would actually be a 4.5 for me on the scale of Voyage. So and like I said, spaghetti westerns are my favorite genre of film. So this is the closest. I mean, like, it's an Americanized version, but it's still similar enough to the point where I was enthralled in it. I really enjoyed it this time around for some reason, but no way in fuck is it better than the first one. Like, that's just insanity. Like,
That's crazy.
I don't even know
That
how
is
those words could be
insane.
said.
like if we did the first one on here, it'd be 10 fucking barrels. All right,
It'd
like
be 20 barrels. It'd be all the barrels.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just I just can't believe anyone would say that.
Yeah, I can't believe Tony said that. How weird of him, right?
I'm such an asshole for saying that. I obviously don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I that's what I keep telling you, pal. It's so weird. But no, I think it's because Blake and I like spaghetti westerns that it spoke to us a little better because we like that kind of feel. I don't know. To me, it just looked like it was trying to be a Corbucci movie with vampires. I really
Yes, and Corbucci's my fucking favorite too. So it's like that's just. I mean, like I didn't remember last time I saw this was probably 20 fucking years ago, at least 15 years ago. So I remembered it being way worse, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good. This is probably the highest rated movie we've ever had.
Hey, OGP.
Hey.
Hey, OGP.
Hopefully
OGP, you want to jump in for The Crow?
Yeah, if you're free, man, let us know.
We'll pull you on in.
Pull you in, just like this movie pulled me in.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I can see the spaghetti western aspects of it, but as I do like some spaghetti westerns, but I'm not as into them as Bullet is, and apparently not as much as MC is either.
It's the
That's
best
okay.
genre, man. It's the best. There's nothing
Well,
better.
out of the entire genre, this would be the shittiest spaghetti western in
Wow.
the
Mel,
genre.
you should be careful because I've seen some shit.
Maybe, but you know,
I think at this point that Bullet's going
if
to
we're
consider
rating
that a
this
challenge,
on
and
a-
his next turn is going to be shitty spaghetti western.
And I know some shitty ones.
Oh,
Like
man,
I
let's do
mean,
it.
I mean,
spaghetti
if you're
westerns are the only
comparing this
Blu-rays
to
I buy
spaghetti
without
westerns-
slipcovers required. Like I buy every spaghetti that comes out on Blu-ray, no matter what. Gotta buy it.
Oh,
My
There you go.
spaghetti in the
I
box.
don't know.
Trejo and Tara are terrible actors.
Yes, OG. Well, I don't want to say that about Trejo, but I will say that about Tara.
I
Tara
do like
sucks.
Danny Trejo a lot.
I
Yeah.
like him too, but I think that goes without saying. You just kind of know what you're getting.
Yeah,
with-
yeah.
Yeah.
Tara Banks is for the streets. All right, are we moving on?
Why
Yeah,
would
we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to apparently who said this was the best Crow? Someone said it's the best Crow. Holland Oates, the best Crow. Apparently we're moving on to that.
Well, and you're losing your credit, pal.
Yeah, I can't consider this one the best one. Maybe he said it sarcastically. Maybe it's an ironic statement.
I don't know.
Even if he corrects it, let's just believe that, just for his sake.
Yep.
Oh, all right. We'll start with Professor this time.
Okay, so unlike the other movie, this one I think was worse than the first time I saw it. Edward Furlong, okay, as great as he is in Terminator 2, he is so bad in this movie. He doesn't look the part, he doesn't act the part, it feels like he's on so many drugs while he's filming that he's completely dissociated and he doesn't know where he is or what he's doing. And it completely detracts from the rest of the movie because of it. And I usually like David Boreanaz because I'm a big Bones fan. I also like Angel.
Me too.
He this was a misstep for him as well. And
I'm sure he regrets this role.
he probably does. I don't know, maybe not. It's a paycheck. He got paid. Maybe he bought a
Yeah, he
car.
got paid.
Or
And
maybe
he was
bought
like a huge
scooter. I don't
badass
know.
in it, or supposed to be anyway.
Right?
This is
That
what
scene
killed
where
his
he's
career.
like gets his chains broke and kicks like 5 people's ass. That was great, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess for me, the writing, the story wasn't really into it. I wasn't into the story at all. And there's some neat scenes here and there, but I can't stomach the fact that Edward Furlong in this movie is a black hole. And he sucks the entire movie into the ether. Like it's just gone.
How was that?
You ready for it? Gone.
You're right, because once he's on screen, you're like, man, this guy's magnetic. I can't look away. Like he is the movie.
That is not what's happening here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were.
But yeah, I mean, I hate it. I still hate it. I hated it at first. I hate it more now. This is definitely worth this particular show, and if I could, I would buy every copy and burn them in a fire.
Well,
And I hate
Wow,
it when people watch it.
waster.
All right,
I
so
have
we
to
know
order one
we know
real
what he's
quick.
giving it. 5 stars.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Whoever's next.
Go ahead, Tony.
Well, I thought this one was better than the original Crow. Yeah.
Yep, I agree with him.
Good one.
And he's gone.
Wait, you didn't kick MC out for that blast.
Yeah, what the hell?
The Crow is literally one of my favorite movies. I have 3 Crow tattoos on me.
He's
Like,
got 3. This grown man has 3 crow tattoos. All right, this grown man right here
Yeah.
has 3 tattoos of a guy who's sad his girlfriend died and comes back as a bird ghost. This
Bird
man,
ghost.
okay?
Hey, if Brandon Lee wouldn't have died in the first one, that would have made his career.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no shit. He was amazing.
No,
and
this
gorgeous.
isn't better than the original. I was being sarcastic. I was gonna say ash, trash, garbage.
Classic tone.
yes, as trash garbage.
And that's like somebody said our OGP said they're all like miscasted. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Eddie Furlong is supposed to be half
Scan is the shit.
like Navajo or something. Who the fuck's gonna believe that? Even if he really is in life, you don't look at. I didn't look into that shit. But like, I didn't care about him saving, like, coming back. You know, I didn't care about his fucking love for her. And I hated the villains were annoying, especially the guy from the Matrix. Like and they're all like part of the fucking 4 Horsemen. Get the hell out of here! It's terrible. And then she like Tara Reid. Is she blind and then she gets that girl's vision and then she could see, or
No, she just
She
has
gets her
shit-colored eyes,
eyes.
and she wants the blue ones.
She gets her she gets her eyes.
I thought she was blind at the end then, but like that, I'll tell you what though, she looked good in the movie. But
She looked fucking damn good in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I think she is blind in the end because in the end it like reverses and
Yeah,
she
it takes
gets
the
her
eyes away,
eyes again, but she doesn't have any anymore. So then the blood's running down. So
Okay.
the other girl got her eyes back and she got shit.
Okay, I thought she was blind at the end, but she wasn't when she first got the vision.
Right.
And it seemed like the rituals were like so like, you know, how to conjure the devil for idiots, a kind of book they were looking at. You know, it's like I don't know. I've avoided this movie since I first saw that Eddie Furlong was the Crow, and because of this fucking show, I had to watch it, and I hated it. I hated this movie.
Tony, it's easy money, man. You gotta watch it.
I think if Eddie Furlong didn't talk, it would be better. Because everything he said was cringe. And talk about cringe. Can we say how fucking cringy it is to have Dennis Hopper?
Oh my god.
He's the Mac Daddy, man.
His character was so great.
It was terrible.
He's the best
Boy,
part of
it was so fucking cringy.
Laughed so much.
I
felt,
can never say anything negative about Dennis Hopper. I love that man.
felt
Right?
embarrassed to be white. Because everything was homeboys and then like Angel I said I don't know names. I don't give a shit. The Angel started saying homeboys in that too, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like it was just so. That's why I wrote in the chat like, this is so fucking cringy. I can't stand it. And I just you know, I hated it. And then the last thing he said, quote, "The Raven nevermore, motherfucker." I went,
You know, I was wondering about that. We got through all first 3 movies without quoting Poe, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I never saw the third one, to be honest.
What?
Yeah.
Third one's the second best one in the franchise.
It really is.
Well, I'll take your word for it until I see it. I like the first 2.
I'm a big fan of the second one also, but
The second one
Salvation
pissed me
is
off.
much better than the second one.
It's like I was debating whether or not I wanted to use the second one or this one for this show right now. Actually, I like the second one's soundtrack, but the story doesn't work because the dad, when he's back, he doesn't want to go rejoin his son. He could give a shit less about his son.
Thank
He's
you.
like
Yes.
I'm back alive. Bye, kid. Like
Like, I was literally going to say the exact same thing. Although I do feel like the second one is better than this one. However, the point that he's like, yeah, wants to stay with this random chick he literally just met over reuniting with his son pissed me off throughout that whole fucking
That's the
movie.
only movie that does that in the whole franchise too. It's like
I hated it.
It was weird.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Oh,
You don't know him.
Hated
You
it.
don't know what he's thinking. Maybe his son's a dick.
Hated it. His son wasn't a dick,
Another
though.
one.
We met him in the beginning. And I don't
He was
care
a
if he's
nice
a
gentleman.
kid.
I love his Ducati. His motorcycle's fantastic.
Yeah, he definitely did have the Crow look and the, the outfit and all the things. But yeah, I agree with Blake that shit pissed me off.
It just
And
doesn't work.
everybody knows
concept.
about this
Mhm.
crow bringing the soul back and everything, and they kill the crow. Did they kill the crow in the third one? Like,
I
is they
don't know.
killed
They
in the
probably
first?
kill the Crow in all of them, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, they
But
in
in this one, they
a
brought
while
the
since I
crow
watched
back.
the third one.
Oh,
I'm
the
fairly
Crow?
certain the crow dies in every single one of them.
Yeah,
Well, the
they
Crow-
almost
the-
have to.
In this one, the crow doesn't actually like he's injured or whatever, and then they do the crow dance and
Well, the
revive
crow
him.
is-
Well, I
the
thought they
crow is
killed the
dead.
Crow and then they did the Crow dance and then brought it back to life.
Yeah,
Crow
that
dance.
terrible crow dance where they're like what the fuck?
And
Was
Trejo's titties shaking.
all he does is move his arms up and down and jump up and down.
That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
That's how
Who's
I
the
can do the
crow
crow
in the-
dance.
Who's the crow in the third one? Who's the actor? Is Mark
Eric
Dacascos in the
Mabius.
Eric Mabius. Yep.
Oh, Mabius. Okay.
I'm going to have to rewatch that one
The
again.
third
too.
one's
I don't
awesome
remember.
though. He gets in like the electric chair, and for his
Yeah, that was cool.
like paint
That was
lines,
cool.
it's like burnt
it's
ash,
burned
like
into
from
his
his
skin.
tears crying
Yeah.
when he was fucking getting electrocuted. It's
Oh,
fucking
wow.
cool.
That
That
was
sounds
good.
cool. Yeah, I'd definitely
didn't like
check
the
out the
look of
Oh,
third one.
Salvation.
Yeah, Salvation's. I like Salvation almost as much as the first movie. Almost.
What?
We'll put the first one here, and we'll put I mean, it's real close. I can't get exactly how close because the first one's just literally one of the best movies ever made, but it's like right around there.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen The Crow 3. I think I have, though. But this guy definitely doesn't look like a crow. He looks like an Ed Furlong crow.
Yeah. I don't see the crow. I see Eddie Furlong with
Goth makeup.
goth makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was Eddie Furlong's whole life.
Yeah.
Eddie Furlong is only good if he's like this burnt out looking kind of guy. Like Detroit
Yeah.
Rock City, I loved him in it.
Oh, he was great in that one.
Loved him in it.
Somebody
Terminator
shouted
2.
out Brain Scan. He was really awesome. in
Brain
that one,
Scan, he was
too.
great. Great. This is
Last
not
good
his
movie.
nut. Miscast.
I'm gonna lose some points from everybody here, but I hate Detroit Rock City.
dude. Shut the fuck
Fine.
up.
It's been a while since I've watched it. I'm not a giant fan of it.
And the reason I hate it is because I hate Kiss.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, come on now.
Maybe you
Sorry,
just don't-
guys.
Maybe you just don't care.
You just don't care. That's what it
Just
is.
don't-
Yeah.
See, I hate that.
Aw, look how
Really?
adorable he is.
He's
That's not
feeding the
adorable.
Like,
That's
look, he
adorable.
would normally wear that on a day-to-day basis, but
Straight
you're not allowed to
up,
wear
like, it
that.
looks
That's why he
he's
wakes up
just,
in
you
bed,
know,
right?
He's just being Eddie, like whatever.
Well, the thing is, he can't wear that normally because
You
you're not
got it.
allowed to wear that when you work at Subway. So he has to change. He has to wash his face
Yeah.
so he can get to work. But he would like to wear that.
Rude.
It gets on the sandwiches. It's weird.
It gets
Yeah,
on the
nobody wants white
sandwich.
and black
Why is he
sandwiches.
putting his face on the sandwiches?
And he doesn't know he's a terrible employee. Okay.
He sucks at his job.
What the hell? He's over there all.
He starts randomly quoting Shakespeare and Subway, and he uses the sandwich as the skull, and then he just sort of rubs it on his face. And
Yeah, exactly.
And then he drops the
Sort of
bread and
rubs
it's
it
in the
on his
shape of a
face.
fucking crow on fire. Which I thought in the first one, that's kind of neat, the crow outline. But in this one, like he didn't even do anything to make an outline, and then there was a fire, like the crow on the ground. It's like,
it
Yeah.
was magic.
yeah, bullshit was what it was.
Crow magic.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the movie. Mel?
So here's my take.
That's making me nervous, Mel.
I know it should because it's bad. So I watched this movie the first time like so long ago, like maybe even when it first came out, because I was in love with David Boreanaz. Okay. We all love David Boreanaz. He's a sexy man. Whatever. And I really liked Edward Furlong. I like back then, with like Terminator 2 and stuff, I was like, of course he would be the Crow. This is perfect. And then I watched the movie and I was like, what the fuck was that? And then I never watched it again. Okay. I never watched it again until like, I'm pretty sure it was like a couple of years ago. I just decided to blow through all the Crows. I wanted to watch the entire series. I had plans to do like a series thing on my YouTube channel. I never ended up doing it. But dang it, Siri. Anyway, I started watching it and I got like 15 minutes into it and I was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. It was so cringy. I fucking hated it. I turned it off. I didn't finish it. Well, I watched it the other day before yesterday, and I'm pretty sure you guys broke me because I watched it and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. I was like, I remember the acting being so much worse, but I think it's because I've seen the acting in all of the fucking Voyage movies being even worse than this movie that I was like, oh, this is normal, right? Yes, it's cheesy. Okay. It's cheesy. The acting isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst. It's by far like not the worst of most of the movies we've seen on this channel. So I quite enjoyed it.
Melon, why did you lose your soul in this show? Was it the toilet movie? Was that?
I think it was probably around Korean from Seoul.
You lost your soul,
and then I think
what about
like
that black and white one, that reverse black and white one? That one broke everybody, didn't it?
I didn't mind that one too much.
Yeah,
that one was interesting for me. I'm never gonna watch it again, but that one was interesting for me. But anyway. I enjoyed this one. I thought it was fine. I don't know. That's
the trick
story.
is Professor Cinema, just like the Hulk, how he's always angry. You just have to go in without a soul from the beginning. So how can we survive these? Just have no soul.
Mm-hmm.
Just go in.
Just have MC rip it from your body with one of his choices, and then
just say, just know. Oh, next season. Oh, I can't wait. But anyway, are you done? Sorry, Mel, are you done?
Oh, yes, I'm done. Go ahead.
Wicked Prayer is absolutely the greatest film. No, I'm kidding. It sucks. It's awful. It's terrible. It is the most embarrassing movie that I think everybody associated with it has done. And Tara is in Sharknado. So, I mean, even that, I think, is more like, you could say, oh, hey, I'm in Sharknado. But if she said, oh, I'm in Wicked Prayer, people would be like, oh, yeah.
I liked the Sharknado movie.
I don't tell people
straight up, you get more acclaim for Sharknado than Wicked Prayer.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharknado has what, like seven films in it now or something?
Yeah,
there's a lot. Yeah,
there's a lot. I will say this: I'm not a giant Crow fan. I think the movies are good, but I never read the comics. I never really got into it. It's tragic what happened and it's awful. And anybody dying in the making of a movie is horrifying. You should never have to die to make art. It's horrifying what happened. So the movie, of course, is important for his legacy. But in terms of as a franchise, I've never really been a giant fan. I've seen them all, but they've never been like, oh, I'm not the guy who's gonna get 3 Crow tattoos. I'm not even gonna get one. But I do know a guy who's got plenty. Wicked Prayer came out. I did watch it back then. I didn't think anything of it. I don't even remember if I liked it. Most likely I didn't. But rewatching it, I actually rewatched it twice because I had to watch it last year just for research for something. And unfortunately, I had to visit it again. Crow Wicked Prayer. Here is my little brief review. From the director of Six String Samurai. Oh, God. That already, like, fuck this. No.
This movie right here.
I don't want anything. Did you buy Six Strings? Did you watch it yet?
I did. It's right there.
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
No,
No,
why watch your movies? That's sorry, I forgot to ask. Just own them.
because I'm too busy watching these shitty movies. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't watch mine yet either.
It's a shitball. It's a shitball of a movie, and if you hated this is basically Six String Samurai, but without a crow.
Oh, then I'll like
all
it.
right. Oh, you might like it. You actually would. You actually might be like I think Bullet Blake enjoyed it.
I like Six String Samurai a lot.
Good for you, Mr. Three Crow Tattoos.
Can we see them?
I mean,
One's on his dick.
Right now it just
I
says
got It
Seymour.
Can't Rain all the time.
Why would you get a crow on your dick?
All right, he got it on his cock.
That makes
I
so
love
much
it.
more sense.
That was about as cringy as the rest of the movie we just watched.
Amazing.
Just for playing Dennis Hopper, it all makes sense.
I loved Dennis Hopper in this. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's so bad.
I love
all right.
that.
Everybody focus, please. Please. Let's right this ship, okay? From the director of Six String Samurai comes the strangest version of the Crow story ever. I really didn't like the Southwestern aesthetic or the desert setting, but for what it's worth, the movie has an interesting cast. Edward Furlong, Dennis Hopper, Danny Trejo, Tara Reid, and David Boreanaz star in the movie that killed the Crow franchise. Boreanaz wants to be possessed by Satan so he can kill a tribe of Indians or some shit. I don't know what the hell's going on. You know,
I mean, basically.
something like that, right?
Right.
And only Edward Furlong's weak and lame crow can stop him and his gang, but he spends most of the movie getting his ass kicked. Furlong looks so stupid and reminds me of some goth kid dressed up as a crow for Halloween. It's laughably bad. The script is pretty terrible too because there's a lot of backstory that's never 100% clear, so we don't really know what the bad guys want or why. This is by far the worst sequel. 100% belongs on Voyage. It is a painful experience on every level. Everything was bad. Every time Edward Furlong was on screen, I'm like, oh God, no. This is the movie that killed his career. Like people watch it, go, oh, should I hire Edward Furlong? Oh, this is his new movie. Let me watch it. Oh, fuck no. The camera hates this guy. The camera, every moment he's on screen, the camera hates him. Just actively, he's making out with the girl. Like, no, get away, girl. No. Don't doesn't matter what they're paying. Get away from his mouth. Awful. I hated him. I hated every element of this thing. I didn't like the Western. See, this is kind of maybe trying for a Western aesthetic, but it didn't really work as well as the other one. I don't like that Southwestern, I don't know, Santa Fe kind of thing. I don't like that shit at all. Normally, I mean, if it's done well, it works. Here it was not done well at all. This is absolutely the reason why this franchise died, and I think it absolutely fits in franchise failures. I think Blake knocked it out of the park with this one. This was really bad. This is the worst big budget movie we've seen on Voyage, and that's saying something. So in my opinion, we've seen the best and one of the worst here. So kudos to you, Bullet Blake. That's my opening statement.
I didn't realize this came out in 2005. I thought it was like 1999 or something.
Or no, it's a recent adventure for you to take.
Well, I'm looking at his filmography, like he had like.
You're muted, Blake.
I think 3 came out in 2000. I think.
Well, like,
could be wrong.
You hear me now?
I can hear you.
No, it was Blake that was muted.
Oh,
yeah.
Like Animal Factory is another one he was in that he was good, and then American History X.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that
I don't know. I think this was just a paycheck.
Maybe.
Or he knew how cool the Crow was.
I mean, it might have just been a paycheck to Dennis Hopper. I don't know how the fuck they got Dennis Hopper to do this movie.
I don't know either. I don't know. Did they give him the script like sight unseen? Be like, we want to do this. Oh, I love the other 3 movies. I'll just do it for you. Yeah, I don't care. And then at that point,
he didn't know shit about the Crow, man. He didn't watch the Crow. That's how he's not watching the Crow.
He probably saw the first one and was like, "Oh, you want me for a Crow sequel?"
3 of the other Crows
sure.
on after, okay?
He probably owed someone a favor. That's what I'm thinking happened. It had to be something along those lines because I mean, like, I like his part. I actually enjoyed him as like, what was it, El Diablo or whatever he called himself.
I enjoyed him as well.
I thought his part was hilarious. But yeah, the movie's, I mean, it's easily the worst one. And it's weird that it's the worst one because it's like a straight adaptation of that comic book. It's not like its own story that's been adjusted. It's like straight adapted from the Wicked Prayer comic book, which isn't a very good comic book, but at the same time, it has its fans, so I get why they would go that route instead of just recycling the same thing. I'm not looking forward to the remake that's coming out, next year, I think the remake comes out, or this year?
Zac Efron. It's gonna be great.
It's what's that's the thing.
What the fuck? What?
There's a reboot. They already filmed it. It's done. Like, it's filmed and good to go, so
There's
that's
a
coming out
reboot of The
soon.
Crow?
Reboot.
Who's playing
Zac
The
Efron?
Crow?
Zac
The-
Efron.
No, it's
Shut the fuck.
I thought he was being
You are
serious.
straight worrying me right now.
Seth Rogen.
Isn't it a Skarsgård?
yeah, it's a scar.
Is
Isn't it
it
the guy who
Bill?
played Pennywise? I think it's the guy who played Pennywise.
It's Bill
Yeah.
Skarsgård?
He's playing Eric Draven, so
Zac
we'll
Efron.
see, we'll see how that goes. It's not worth making. I don't know if I'll watch it.
I love
But-
Bill
But whatever. This movie was
Skarsgård.
not good. I think it does belong on Voyage. It's easily the worst one in the franchise, easily, and that's even worse than the second one, which I didn't care for. Edward Furlong is garbage in this movie. He just doesn't want to be there, but it seems like he does kind of want to be there. But his parts, which being the Crow, is like the worst parts of the movie. I actually liked the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I liked war and pestilence and famine. I liked all of that. I liked the cars that they drove where they were all customized and corny and cheesy garbage. But the story was so, and it's very similar to the first one because, like I said, it's just based on the comic book that was trying to be a new first one, I guess. But it doesn't work because he doesn't even pull off the look. Like, he looks like the kid in school who's trying to be cool, like at school, and it's like, this just isn't working for you. And when he's kissing that girl, that scene really bothers me because he'll be like this angle when he's away, and then they'll be on this angle the next scene, and then they'll keep cutting it, and it looks like he's doing his head like this. That bothered me. It looked like he had to forcefully pull her face to him every time they kissed. Like, I mean, it looked like he did a death grip on her head just to get her by his face. It didn't look natural. They had no chemistry. It was not good. And as far as like the Crow movies go, like, obviously I'm a big fan of the first Crow movie. I that's obvious. The third movie is just almost as good. Like, I love the third one too, but this one was so fucking bad. Like, and it's the worst big budget movie we've done on Voyage. So I know I'm the shit. I got it. But it's like this movie just sucks so much ass. And I did like it more than I thought I would, but I didn't think I would like it at all. So it doesn't say anything about it. Like, that is what it is.
It's true. It can't rain all the time, but this time
It can't
did.
rain all the time. That's the
This
best
one is
quote in
definitely
movie
rain.
history, man. That's the best quote in movie history.
I don't know about that.
I have it tattooed on me.
I don't know. I'm still a big fan of. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
I like that too, but I'm not going to get that tattooed on me.
I mean, I thought about it once.
And nothing is trivial. Like, the first movie's just so good, and the actors are brilliant in it. And this one, if you literally put them side by side, it's like, how are these the same franchise? It makes no fucking sense.
See, the line that I really liked from the first one more than that is what was it? Mother is the name of God on the hearts and lips of children. I thought that line was fantastic in the first movie.
Because the first movie's just chock full of awesomeness, like from beginning to end. That movie's so fucking good.
I like the quote when the guy's being shot and he goes, "Ah!" I thought that was good. I like that.
I like the
moment.
one when the police officer's like, there he goes, doing that walking against the wind and shit.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
that.
Ernie Hudson's fantastic. I love him in everything he does.
He's so good.
Oh man.
You know, one other thing that bothers me too is, like, in the first one when they saw him come back, they're all afraid of him. Like, what the fuck? You know, you're dead. And then this one is like, oh,
Yeah.
no, we killed you. Oh, he's that crow thing. Are you the crow?
That's what really.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. They were just like, oh, he's the Crow. Fucking kill him.
And then they
whatever, who
continued to beat
cares?
his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. it sucks.
David Boreanaz was such an unrealistic, like, personality in the movie too. It was like he was going was trying for that like cult leader thing, and he just pushed it to like 150 instead of just keeping it at 100. It was like, man, you're just over the top on every fucking thing he does. And he's like doing that look where he's just like, I'm psycho. You're supposed to know that I'm psycho.
He was trying too hard to be cool.
Yeah.
And he was
I
failing at
wonder if
being
it was him or if
sinister.
it was the director.
Both. I mean, I would imagine it's both. Oh man, I want to do something really different from Buffy. Can I do this and this? And yeah, let's try that. I'm sure it's a combination of just bad ideas, and then we get this movie
that just culminated in the shitstorm that killed the franchise.
Yep, exactly. Sad but true.
Big fan of what, this movie or the remake that's coming out?
Champagne showers. All right. Final thoughts. What are we thinking?
Yeah. Let's get to it. Go ahead, Professor.
So I've already stated how much I hate this movie. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple and say no barrels. 0 barrels. I would give it negative barrels if I could, but apparently that's not allowed.
Wow.
I don't know if it's 0 barrels. That's real low. Think about Death Toilet, man.
Yeah, no shit.
We can't compare them.
See, I hated Death Toilet too, but this movie bothers me on so many levels, and it makes me feel pain when I watch it. And now you've made me watch it twice.
You're welcome.
And I hate you for that, and I'll take it out on you later. That's it.
Is it? Well, for me, obviously I don't like it at all. Miscast and everything. I never read the comics or anything. The only part that kind of like, and not that it touched me or anything, but kind of got to think, how bad did it get to where him and Eddie Furlong were best friends, to hanging him and stabbing and ripping his heart out and shit? Like, what the fuck happened along the road?
I wish they would have dove into that a little more.
Right.
He always was jealous of his girl. It's always over a girl.
Very true.
I don't know. I think he wanted that trailer that he lived in.
Yeah. He wakes up.
The Dukes of Hazzard gremlin or whatever the fuck that was.
He wakes up with a scorpion on him. And just like it's normal, lifts it off, and just like whatever. And then he's going out, and those guys are calling him a killer. And then he throws his stuff down and kicks it, and walks. What was the point to that? Like, he had his bags packed, and then he just kicked them.
Character development, Tony.
Yeah, they lacked it. It wasn't there. I wouldn't say 0. I'd probably say 1.5 barrels. Just because Tara Reid and the other girl that got her eyes ripped out.
Emmanuel, I think her name is. What the fuck's her name again? Yeah.
Emanuela or something.
She'll always be known as the girl from Snow Day to me. That's
she was in that TV series too. What was it called? Whatever.
She was good in Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Who the hell remembers that movie?
I
do.
I remember it.
I kind of liked that movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
That's
Is it my turn? Are you done,
turn.
Tony?
Yeah, you can praise it now,
Emmanuel
Mel. You can talk about your Edward Furlong.
5 stars.
We're not doing stars.
I'm just kidding.
5 boners. That's
even
a different
though,
show.
yeah, that's next week's show or whenever we're doing the big movie. So even though I liked this movie so much more than I liked it the last couple times that I watched it, and even though I liked it way more than From Dusk Till Dawn 3, it's still not a good movie. I'm not sitting here saying that like it's an amazing movie and that, you know, the acting was wonderful and the storyline was great. No, I'm not saying any of that. I did get a certain amount of enjoyment out of this movie, so I have to be honest with that. So I'm giving it a 2.5. This is my first half rating I've ever given a movie on this on this show. 2.5. It's better than the last one. I gave the last one a 2. So there.
It's
I feel like
because
that's-
David Boreanaz, isn't it?
It's because of all of it. Dennis Hopper, David Boreanaz, Edward Furlong, Danny Trejo. Like, there was effort here. It was entertaining, to say the least. There was some pretty comedic moments in this movie. And if you guys know me, which I think you do, it doesn't take a lot to please me. It just takes entertainment. If I get entertainment value out of a movie, then I enjoy it. And if I enjoy it, then I'm going to give it some kind of a barrel rating. So there you go.
Got it. Well, I'm not a fan of David Boring Anus, but as a matter of fact, I think he ruined
dare
Buffy,
you.
but that's another conversation.
No, he did not. He was
Yeah,
amazing in
Them's
Buffy.
Latin words.
Buffy
Yeah,
was
no
my
shit.
girlfriend, okay? But whatever.
I thought it was Spike that ruined Buffy.
Oh, Spike.
Spike
Oh,
did
fuck.
ruin Buffy. That love scene with Buffy's animatronic body or whatever the hell that thing was. That got weird.
Man. No, we should do a Buffy show. Let's do that. That'll be
I've
another.
never watched Buffy.
We'll rewatch the seasons. Anyway,
I love Buffy.
Edward Furlong leaves a bad taste.
He stops there.
Be careful what you say.
We'll live on the internet forever.
Edward Furlong
I feel like
sucks.
we're past being worried about
I'm not-
that, aren't we?
I'm not a fan of Edward Furlong personally, because from what I've heard through the grapevine, he ruined one of my favorite actresses, Monica Keena. He got her hooked on drugs, and fuck that guy. Because
Is that what happened to her?
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to her, because I loved her in Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, she's great.
When I met
Absolutely.
him at a convention, he was with her at the time, like, and she was there, and they were hanging out, and then I found out they were together. It was weird.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he through the grapevine, allegedly, he fucked her up, and that sucks, and that's why she's not anywhere visibly now.
That just proves my point that Edward Furlong is a black hole.
He's a black hole. You are 100% correct. This movie is a black hole. But I wouldn't give it a 0. I wouldn't give it a 0 because I think the director tried, even though he made one of the worst movies of all time, Six String Samurai, where people were duped into buying like Mel.
I love it. I like that movie a lot.
I hope
I'm gonna
you enjoyed it.
I bet I like it too.
Watch it tonight. I hope you like it. I hope you
No,
love
watch
it. I hope it entertains you and pleases you like you like to be pleased. But
Why would you do that?
guy, he's the ultimate crow.
That was the scariest thing I've seen all season.
That's the ultimate crow right there. Yeah, man, he sucks. This movie is unsatisfying. Like even the fact that it's based on a comic blows my mind. I didn't know that. That's even worse, man. Like this is, I don't know. I hated it. It's awful, but it's not a 0. I think it's a 1 because I feel like 0 for me is like Death Toilet bad. This isn't Death Toilet bad because I think at least, I mean, it's shot on film. The director tried. The actors are trying. There's some effort put in, but all that effort ended up looking like a hobo vomit. You know, after enjoying some street trash wine. But I'm gonna go with a 0.
Piper?
I'm sorry, a 1. 1 barrel for Wicked Prayer. It 100% belongs on Voyage. And I can't. I mean, honestly, I can't believe that Mel would vote this higher than the superior Hangman's Daughter. But that's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. Everyone has their own.
I almost gave it a 3.
Oh, the only one.
But come on now, Hollywood ruins its child actors, so you can't really blame Edward Furlong for ruining what's her face, because either 1, she would have been ruined already, or 2, he probably got. Stop it!
He's wearing a shirt backwards
He
because it's dirty on the other side.
Ruined by
Literally, it's inside out.
I mean, eventually everybody's got to take, responsibility for their own actions.
Yeah, 100% true. That's not necessarily
sure he
factoring
does
into this
now.
review, but it's still I still don't like him as a person, and I don't like this movie. So there you go. 1 barrel. Write it down, Mel. Thank you very much.
4 barrels. Okay.
All right, Blake, all you. What do you got?
Okay. I mean, Dennis Hopper's in this movie, so it's automatically at least a 1 with that because I love Dennis Hopper, even though he's only in it for maybe like 8 minutes total of the whole runtime, which I think was a little long. I think it was like an hour 49 minutes or some shit like that. But it was definitely not as good as From Dusk Till Dawn 3, not even close. But at the same time, it wasn't the worst movie we watched on here, and I'm not going by what ratings I've done with other movies before. So I'm gonna say I'd give this one 2 barrels. On my letterbox, it's at a half a barrel, but as far as the Voyage of the Bottom of the Barrel scale, I say 2, and I think that's about as high as I can go. But mostly it's because of Dennis Hopper, and I did like the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Like I really like Pestilence a lot. Like that character was probably my second favorite character in it. But Eddie as the Crow, he was not good. I don't know how he got cast. I think they were going for the name, but I don't know if he got cast before he got like completely like no one gave a shit anymore. And the film killed the whole franchise. They probably would have made 2-3 more movies if this one didn't bomb as bad as it did. But yeah,
He
so I'd
does
say
look significantly better in that movie than he does now, clearly.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but if it would have been made like even 3 years prior, before he got like completely alcoholic and like real off the deep end, he would have looked much more the part, and it would have just maybe that's when they got everything finalized and they were like, we're gonna do this, and then they didn't actually get around to doing it for a few years when he got like hooked on the booze and the drugs and all that shit. Because he just didn't look the part for me, and that really kills it. Because The Crow is such a stylistic, like visual movie, and he just takes me out of it. Every time he came on screen, I was like, "This is not The Crow, man. Like he doesn't work. No one's rooting for him. No one cares."
Right.
So,
Everybody wants him dead.
yeah, like I mean,
Mel unfortunately seems to be on the opposite spectrum with both films here.
I'm always on an island. Always.
No, not always. Not always.
Most of the time.
But I mean, it's definitely not the worst movie we've watched. Like, it's just not a good movie. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely was not the worst, but certainly not the best. He's been on them total lack of amusement. Yep. Well, hello, Melanie S.
What? Must be one of those.
Amazing. Well, I think that's a wrap on episode 13. I think a very interesting discussion here because these were kind of the movies that I think Mel and Blake thought were going to be on the barrel. But
yes, 100%. These are the types of movies I thought were going to be on here. So thank you, Blake, for at least giving us one episode.
See, yeah, like
a reprieve.
I think it was when you pitched this, we definitely thought we were gonna do more like these like horror Scream Factory like shit. Then it evolved into this like we're just gonna pick the worst fucking movies we can.
Like 100 miles an hour. Like we weren't even like eased into it. It was like next episode fucking Korean from Sold our asses.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It hurt.
I was in the Convent before, and I loved that movie. Like, I hated it at first, but I love it now.
That was my plan from the beginning. I was going to pick one that I enjoyed and one that I hated just so I could balance it out. And it turned out that everyone else just picked, fuck this. This is dog shit. We're going to watch this.
Well, everyone else is like, fuck MC. We have to torture him, too.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, this is a family show. It's Screw MC.
Oh, pardon me.
I'm coming at you guys hard. Oh, next season, I can't wait.
See what I mean, though? See, that attitude right there makes you want to make him watch something terrible.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, Mel, the movies I chose for my turn are very gentle-ish.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Tony's aren't.
I was going to say, are you before Tony? No, you're not before Tony.
Tony's next.
Lube us up before Tony comes along.
Lube us up.
Lube? Did you say lube or move? Like
She wanted to be lathered, I think is what the term is.
I'm gonna ease on in.
All right, so that's it. So Tony's up next, right?
I'm up
Tony
next.
is up next. Uh-oh.
Oh, that
Lindsay
sucks.
Million box set. He missing the disc. Yeah, fuck Severin. That's right. $55 fucking dollars. Get the fuck out of here. Oh,
There we go.
Somebody's
This is why you can't go anywhere in public with this guy.
I still can't get over the fact that they wanted $55 for one fucking movie with just a slip. I just can't fathom that.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like their Best Buy or something with $47 for the 4K of Spider-Man. Get out of here.
Oh, that 60,000 for.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did you see the menu last week? It was $60,000 on the website.
I wonder if
What a
anybody
deal.
bought it for that much.
I just watched the menu. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie.
That was good.
I just bought it.
I liked
I'm
it
about
a
to
lot
watch
more
it.
than I thought I was going to.
I
There's
made
some
fun of
rich
Mel for
person.
buying it without a slipcover.
Yeah.
Oh, Mel, what the fuck?
Didn't
I'm like,
come
oh, no.
with a slip cover.
They have slips.
Mel makes her own.
No, they don't.
They have slips.
No,
Who was
they
it?
don't.
Target? Target that had a slip?
Target had a slip for the menu?
Was it
Target
Target
it
or
folds out. It has the menu on it. It's really cool.
Shh.
Sometimes there's gravy stains.
So true. And then it has a steel book that slides into the slip.
And then it comes to like Ray finds his
full of shit.
address and you can go visit him.
Nobody joining in besides MC guys. We're supposed to be
come on,
talking.
help
to
us
them.
out here.
Hey, I think Ray Fiennes would be a whole lot of fun to have a pint with.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't see them.
I will buy a movie that doesn't have a slip if I want to watch it. I feel like the 4K of the menu is not coming anytime soon, and I wanted to watch it, and I didn't
As
want to
you
buy
should.
it streaming.
As you
That's
should.
fair. That's fair. It's a good movie. So, but if there's no slip, you can stream that shit. So,
I know.
Just buy
I'm a
the
physical
damn
media
movie. The
collector.
movie's what matters. That's all that matters. Forget slips. Moving on. Okay, Tony.
Yes.
blasphemy.
I prefer a slip.
All right, Tony.
All right.
What's your category? I got the movies right here. I
My
think.
category is Beauty and the Bestiality.
Oh my god!
Yes.
It's a great name for a category. It's so funny.
If you could, can you read them for me though? Like my throat is hurting. Love on the Leash is the first one.
Look at Mal.
This will be the worst one that you've watched. It is about a dog who is actually, I don't know if he's human or what, but he has a human brain.
He wants to fuck a
And he
girl.
wants this girl to fall in love with him. So he
What
talks
the
to this magic pond in the park, and it tells him what to do.
You removed that to MC just being totally ridiculous.
Amazing. I'm so happy.
I
Oh,
hate
warm.
this.
And,
Now you looking forward to it?
Oh yes, I'm so
and
excited.
just remember, I have to watch these too.
It's a love story, Mel. Don't you like love?
I've seen the next one though. Before.
And then this is the next one.
Sleeping Dogs Live, directed by
Oh.
Bobcat Goldthwait,
Okay.
and basically the girl gets bored one day and goes down on her dog.
What?
And she ends up telling her boyfriend all that, and it just goes from there.
Oh, what?
And her family finds out and all this shit, and you think it's bad word if you think your girlfriend's looking at another guy. And when the dog is laying next to you, it's even worse.
Bobcat directed a movie about a lady giving a blowjob to a dog.
Yep.
I've actually
Tony,
seen this movie too,
you
to
don't-
be honest. I've already
don't
seen it.
see it.
And that
Blowjob.
happens?
You don't
Yeah.
see it.
You don't see it. She just describes it to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to expose all. I don't want to. Well, you'll have to watch it, but yeah,
I don't
I'm
wanna
gonna
watch
rewatch it because it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Can I opt out of this one?
No, you
Is there,
cannot be
we
sick
each
that
get
week.
one. Oh, I could be sick.
You are
We
not.
will we will cancel it and reschedule.
That's
Well,
right.
Oh, shit.
Well,
What was the name of the
reschedule.
first one? I blacked out for a
it's
second.
got
Love
hot
on a
dog
Leash.
cock.
You can black out for it. Just make sure you watch it.
Maybe
Yeah.
try saving Japan while you watch it. It might make it more bearable.
I may have
Oh
to
my
do that.
God, this is
I
fucking
may have to
terrible.
check into Hogwarts and start my tenure at Hogwarts. Tony, are these on Tubi?
Yeah, they're both on Tubi.
Fucking dog sex movies is where Tony goes.
Speaking of little red tubes, Professor's like, why did I agree to be on this fucking show?
Yeah, he's like, I could have easily just had computer issues all fucking night.
What do you
Look at
think
his
it's
face.
now? My guess, he says he's going to come on, but he doesn't know until he sees this what the titles are. Is Griff, the guy hooked me up with the slipcover? So this is his award.
Oh my god.
Poor Griff.
Yeah,
His reward is to watch bestiality movies.
Moody and the Bestiality. I thought that was perfect.
You guys are the fucking
This is so
worst.
I had nicer titles. It was gonna be like once, twice, three times a sucky. It was gonna be like Night of the Living Dead, or not Night of the Demons 3, and then something else. But I thought, nah.
Oh my god. Pull yourself together, man.
Mel's now super mad at you because you picked dog movies instead of Night of the Demon 3.
Yeah, no
Tony,
shit.
did I
would've
do
loved
something
it.
to you? Did I hurt you at some point?
Oh, this isn't toward you guys. More towards chaos. He started it.
He loves it.
He loves the idea.
Look at him.
He didn't
He
watch
loves
it
the
yet.
idea, but he hasn't seen them. He's gonna hate
See,
them.
He won't
The
pull himself
Bobcat
together
movie-
for the rest of the show.
The Bobcat movie at least has like a budget, while the other one is shot on video. And I think the whole
Shocker.
beginning of it is like there's no talking. It's
Just humping sounds.
I've seen a review of it, and I was just like, I have to make them watch this.
Oh my god. Tony, I'm so proud of you. You've learned. You don't know how happy this makes me. I've corrupted you. You've gone there. You've
I will
happy
do
for you.
a Bullet Blake next season. I'll do one good and one shit.
How about we all do a Bullet Blake next season?
One good and one bad.
It makes
That way
it
you
bearable.
Yeah, that way you can, compare, only partial shit to total shit.
Is it okay if we think that one of them is good? If we think is good? That counts, right? Okay, good. That's agreed. Great.
No, because you'll be. Well, we watched Korean from Seoul and then that digital one. Korean from Seoul wasn't that as good, or wasn't as bad as the other one.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome, Tony. Exactly.
No, that's your thinking.
So sexy time dog movies.
Why did I join the show?
You were bored.
I'm
She's
sorry,
bored and
Professor.
she's
I
such
should
a
have told
dog's
you
bitch.
not to. Somehow I feel like this is my fault.
Oh,
Who
What
doesn't
a
like
beautiful-
dogs?
This is amazing.
I don't like dogs
my
that
God.
much.
Some
Yeah.
people like them more than others. Yeah,
Not that much.
little red.
Fucking
push
hell.
pop.
You know,
Like one of those candy whistles you used to get back in the day that never were actually whistled.
woo-hoo, those are, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This
so sorry to the chat.
Hey, they don't have to watch it. We do.
No, they have to. They have to. Because
That's true,
That way
they
they
do.
can join in the conversation. Yeah, you got to. That's so. You had me a shocker. Yeah.
That's right, Jim. That's right.
Mel, you gotta top this. You're gonna be like bird sex movies.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna choose Birdemic 3.
Oh no!
Birdemic 2 and Birdemic 3.
Birdemic 3 is painful to the
If you-
point where
if
I'm
you
like,
make-
and I like the first one, but my review like, fuck this guy, fuck him. He's just complete garbage now, and now he's making a part 4, by the way. Can we look at the calendar real quick while we're on the air? That way we can tell folks who are watching when to tune in again.
Sure.
Are we gonna go to March now?
Yeah. Let's
We
do
march
that.
into March. Do you guys want to do March 1st? It's oh my god, this is perfect. March 1st is the first day of what the hell is it? Women's Day?
Oh, don't do that.
It's the
You
first day of Women's History Month.
dirty, dirty man. Dirty.
Hey, I take showers, all right? All the time.
When is it like International Dog Day? We should do it on that day.
Oh, that's great. That's not for a while. But March 1st, does that sound good? Woman's Day.
I'm good whenever.
Mel, sound good to you? I know you're not.
None
looking
of
forward to
this
watching
sounds good to me.
But they're love stories. You don't like love stories?
Guys, I'm looking at my calendar and I am busy every single day of the month
For the
No, you're
rest of
not.
her life.
for the rest of the year.
You got Mel. You got a little. I think it's shit or something coming out of your mouth.
Shut the fuck up. Yes,
Okay,
the
tell me
first
then.
is fine.
First is fine. Bullet Blake, Professor, yeah?
Yeah, that should be okay.
Oh, yeah! We humping some fucking dogs over on
I want-
Tony's channel.
And while you are watching it, I want to see some chatter going on in the chat, like on Instagram. I want to see some
okay.
cursing me.
Alright, what's the poll at? What did everyone think was the worst movie? Hold on, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Check that. Voyage 14, March 1st, guys. Over on Tony's channel. It's going to be Mel's favorite episode.
This might be the one that actually breaks you, Mel.
I'm so disappointed.
Ooh, the worst movie was The Crow for the night, with
Yep.
62% of the vote,
Oh,
That's right. 100% correct.
and it's so true. Like that's absolutely right. So good audience, good audience.
Yay.
Mel is not pleased. I think she's going to...
I died over here. Sorry.
She'll love them. We'll hate them. She'll love them.
Yeah, watch.
you know-
She's gonna be the one who hates the idea of it the most, and she's gonna be like, "These movies weren't that bad."
These movies were great.
She's like, "This is my
Especially when the
first
company got-
5-star barrel, like
Yeah.
5-barrel movie, right? This is
Both
gonna be her
movies, she's
first
gonna get 5
5-barrel
barrels.
movie.
Yep, I anticipate this being my favorite one. Yes.
Oh my God.
Next
Jesus.
week I have a dog.
Oh,
Mel. Ooh.
If I ever get a dog, please shoot me.
Okay, we have it on record, guys. If you get the dog, we're allowed to shoot her.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we're probably gonna hate these, but just the fact that Tony went there, I'm impressed. You've done me proud,
Oh.
son. You've done me proud.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Oh Lord,
Oh no. Eddie
Eddie
Furlong.
100% should do the dog. All right, well, Tony's channel, March 1st. That's when we talking dog BJs.
Beauty and the Bestiality. I don't know. Maybe I should change the title so I don't get fucking flagged.
Oh yeah, you might want to do that.
Just put asterisks for the end of the bestiality thing. Just
Yep.
say beast and then asterisks, and everybody will know what it means.
That's true.
Just call it dog fucking, and then you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'm trying to think of something with pound, like the pound.
Oh yeah, pound puppies.
Oh my god.
Pound puppies.
That's even worse. That literally sounds worse. But oddly enough, he
Mel's-
would get
Mel's
flagged for
going
that, like
into
he
her
did with
hat.
the other one.
Yeah,
Mel's going deeper into her hat again.
Mel, I'm so happy to have you a part of this. It really means the world to me.
You better fucking appreciate me if I show
100%.
up next time.
Hey,
You better.
I went easy on you guys this season, so you know.
You did.
Tony's the one that dropped the dog sex movies.
What was my other picks? The
I
last
want to
time?
say I went easy, but I made everyone watch The Incredible Bulk. So
Eh,
I liked it, sort of, until I didn't. But
Yeah, no kidding.
just remember, Mel gave us Christmas with Cookie.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fuck
That
that,
one was
piece of shit.
awesome.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
whatever.
And what was the
That
other
movie was
one?
great.
The other
Oh,
one was
the-
the one
the
about those two
fucking-
stupid fucking kids, man. Like,
Summertime Christmas or whatever
Okay,
it
that
was.
one was bad.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad I wasn't there for that one.
yes, you are, because it was terrible.
It was bad. So here's what we'll do. So Tony's next. Professor, you'll take OJP's spot, so you'll go after Tony, and then Mel will wrap up the season. Season 2 comes to a beautiful conclusion over on your channel. So drop it like it's hot, please. because we want to go out with a bang, and maybe not a dog bang, but
Nah. No dog sex, just blowjobs.
How'd
I'm
you
sure the
even
dog
find
doesn't
these
mind.
fucking movies?
Well, Sleeping Dogs Lie. My friend actually told me to watch it. He likes it.
I've seen that movie.
I don't know
I
if
won't
that's
give
a
my
trend. You
opinion
want to
yet, but
admit
I've
that's a
seen that
trend.
one.
Yeah. And then this other one I just discovered from watching some guy's YouTube channel. Like he gave it's like the worst movie. I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's
oh
great.
yeah,
He was like, "Oh yeah, giggity,
That's
giggity."
great. It's bad." I'm sorry. I don't think it's a short one either.
oh,
As
good.
long
Of
as it's
course
under 2
not. Why
hours.
would it be?
Well, you have to establish the characters and all that stuff, so that's important.
Now,
Take your time
while
with
these are on, am I allowed to like do stuff on my phone?
You can
or
save Japan
Save
if you like.
Japan?
Yeah.
You could, but you'll miss out.
Am I though? Am I really?
No.
And you can't
Oh.
pull an OGP and put it like double time, like it's an hour and 40 minutes. You
I
can't
mean,
do the double time. No, I don't care if you do.
you can do that. I've honestly have never watched unless it's on Tubi. I've never watched it in real time. I'm always speeding through everything. So 100% feel free to do that. If it's on YouTube, 100% speed through it. You don't have to watch it in
That's
normal
cheating.
time.
You watch that shit in normal time. You
It's
watch that
not
blowjob
cheating.
in normal time.
It's not cheating. Watch that blowjob.
If Mel has to, you have to.
If it makes you feel any better, both of the movies that I'm choosing are on YouTube, so you can speed right through them.
Hey, fantastic.
I don't watch it faster. I suffer.
I have too much to do, man. I can't wait around watching people walk through the woods for 5 hours. But do what you got to do. I guess that's a wrap on episode 13, right?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
cut it out.
boy.
Anyone need to pitch anything? MC?
I will say Vinegar Syndrome Valentine's Day is this Thursday. So depending on when you're watching this, Thursday night into Friday, I'll be live covering the porn announcements, which I don't buy, but it's still fun to talk about Vinegar Syndrome live. So I'll be doing that. And then I've got a VSL review coming next week. That's me.
Right on.
Are you
Mel?
doing Flesh and Fantasy?
Yes.
That one looks so good to me.
It looks so good. It looks real good.
It's great. I'll tell you right now, I gave it 5 stars. It's fantastic. Actually, I think it's 4. I gave it 4. But yeah.
Spoilers.
It's good. But I won't tell you why. I'm not gonna tell you why. There's a lot of dog fucking in it. That took a star off of it.
That's the reason it wasn't 5 stars, right?
Exactly. And the problem is, there wasn't enough close-ups.
Oh my god.
We
Just
gotta
needed
end
more
this stream.
inserts.
All right,
Gotta
sorry,
end it.
Mel. Mel, what are you doing? Are you doing a review of the Pound Puppy series?
Not anymore. No, I just got my normal videos every week, but we do have a Rad Pack episode coming up on February 25th. We are doing a live Q&A. If you guys want to submit a video question to radpackrules@gmail.com, we'll play them on the air and answer those questions. MC, I'm expecting one from you.
Well, you have to see what happens.
But yeah, if anybody wants to submit a video question,
Where do we send it?
radpackrules@gmail.com.
Okay.
Right on. Tony?
I don't really have anything planned. I just uploaded a pickups video and stuff like that. So yeah, it's slow on my channel, but I have some things up and
I mean, you're planning on watching dog sex, so
just blowjobs.
It's just oral, okay? It's just oral.
it's just oral. It's just
It's
oral.
just second base. or
Wait.
whatever.
Bill Clinton said that wasn't sex.
He's wrong. He's not wrong.
Right. Mel's
Yeah.
not having it.
I'm just like, whoa, look at the time.
Mel's ready to go. We should probably
Okay,
call it,
Professor,
guys.
okay, Professor, you got anything coming up, Professor?
Just,
Regular stuff?
just regular stuff.
Right on. And yeah, that's I got my like unboxings and shit. I think I'm doing my Bubba Hotep unboxing will be up sometime this week. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you
For
guys
me.
not reviewing Vinegar Syndrome titles?
Oh, I'll have those reviews coming up too throughout this month for this last package. Those will all be going up. I already have one down, and I just want them all filmed and then edit them all at the same time. It's just easier for me that way. So,
Gotcha. I have a YouTube buddy who got the package and he opened up Infernal Rapist, but he got the title wrong. He called it Eternal Rapist. Like, oh man, that sounds like a more entertaining movie.
Oh my
that was the one I'm looking forward to least. So that'll be the last one I watch. Like I have zero interest in that movie, to be honest.
I haven't been hearing good things about it either.
Yeah, I just doesn't look
Not
good. Doesn't sound good. There's no appeal to that movie for me. So,
Awful. Awful.
But yeah, those will be up throughout the month for my reviews on Vinegar Syndrome shit. So, yeah, that's all, y'all. What a fun episode!
Yay!
Yay!
Remember, it
Until
could
the
have been worse.
end.
I
You
can't wait for
all
the
are
next episode.
welcome for my easy ass episode because it could have been worse.
Yeah.
This is true.
But that's it. So, everyone, have a good night.
Good night.
Mel, don't
Thank
be
you,
sick next
bye.
time. Bye.
Yeah, Mel, you're not allowed to be sick.
Well,
Bye, guys.
You never know.
Vitamin C.